Hello and welcome back for part 2. We are now going to dive into our adoption program. So adopters have two choices in order to adopt an animal. That first choice is an appointment-based option where adopters can schedule themselves on our website to meet with an adoption counselor. Our adoption counselor will go over our adoption program. We'll figure out what it is that they're looking for, their preferences, what they feel comfortable with, what they're willing to accommodate, and to ensure that they are aware of the commitment they are making. Our adoption counselor will find the best animal to fit those needs and then conduct a meet and greet. If the meet and greet goes well and the adoption is approved, the adopter is approved, then that adoption can be completed and that pet will be going home with their new family. We will also have scheduled times where we are open to the public and appointments are not needed in order to view our animals. Adopters can come on in and work with an adoption counselor or an adoption assistant to meet our animals. Our adoption assistants and our counselors, again, will figure out what needs they need met, what preferences, what they're willing to accommodate, and again, to ensure that they are aware of the commitment that they are making to their new pet. A meet and greet will be conducted, and then if the adopter is approved, the adoption can be completed, and that pet can go home with their new family. So what's included in adoption? In our dog adoptions, all dogs will be spayed and neutered, and they will be microchipped. They will have their age-appropriate shots. They will be dewormed, and dogs 6 months and older will have a heartworm exam and a wellness exam at a participating vet within 7 days of the adoption is also included. This will cover that $30 to $40 office visit, and this is a great opportunity for a new pet owner to introduce their pet to their vet. Cat adoptions. Sorry, Coconut's photo makes me giggle every time. What is included in a cat adoption? All cats will be spayed and neutered. They will be microchipped. They will be up to date on their age-appropriate shots. Would like to say that we are no longer testing for feline HIV or feline leukemia unless an animal will be placed in our group housing in our colony rooms at Country Club. With a cat adoption, adopters will also receive that wellness exam at a participating vet within 7 days of the adoption. So, our adoption fees, cats and kittens 5 years and younger have an adoption fee of $100. Dogs and puppies 5 years and younger will have an adoption fee of $200. Our senior animals, which are our animals 6 and older, will be 50% off their original adoption fee. So senior cats will be $50, senior dogs will be $100. We also have an incredible adoption promotion called Senior for Senior. So if a senior human finds their perfect senior pet, and the senior is 60 or older, and has fallen in love with our senior animal, who again is 6 and older, the entire adoption fee is waived. We also have a heartworm positive dog adoption program, and these dogs in this program will have an adoption fee of $100. All right, so let's just go ahead and get right into our volunteer program. Your volunteer program will be called PAWS, P-A-W-S. And this was created in order to provide an environment in which we can accommodate different volunteer roles, capabilities, and preferences. PAWS breaks down into 4 departments. That is promotion, animal placement, wellness, and service. So volunteers will have the ability to participate in a multitude of positions within this organization. So P, promotion. The requirements to volunteer in this department is that you must complete your online information video, complete your online orientation, complete your fear-free course, which we will discuss here shortly, and then complete your on-site welcome tour. Your on-site welcome tour is going to be your first visit, and you're going to be hands-on working with a volunteer coordinator or a mentor to learn where everything is and all of our policies and procedures. And then again, working hands-on and learning everything about the facility and our animals. This position is open to volunteers 16 and older, as well as our junior volunteers who are between the ages of 12 and 15 with a legal guardian. Volunteers in this department must use their own camera or their own cell phone camera, and they must be able to work independently. So in this position, in this department, we have an animal promoter, which will be a non-public facing position. This position is going to be perfect for the volunteers who are just wanting to work with their animals and not work with the public. This is going to be great for volunteers who are also not wanting to necessarily be hands-on with the animals. And this is going to be great for volunteers who are working with the assistance of a professional supportive staff member. So, volunteers in this position will be capturing the true personalities of our animals and sharing with our volunteer coordinator, who will then share with our marketing team. We ask that volunteers post any information and photos and videos on their social media while following our guidelines. Volunteers will be capturing action shots, and then you'll be writing descriptions of our animals to share with your volunteer coordinator. Volunteers can also sit in our cat colonies and capture group housing lifestyle. And again, this is going to be while we are closed to the public or our appointment-based times. And then further guidelines and expectations are in your volunteer handbook and will be provided on your on-site welcome tour. Volunteers in our promotional department can also be community engagement volunteers. These are volunteers who will be assisting with volunteer recruiting events, fundraising events, and promotional events. These volunteers must be willing to share their knowledge of the actions that our volunteers, staff, fosters, and donors have taken in order to promote and provide for the humane treatment of cats and dogs in Forsyth County. So these volunteers must be willing to talk to new people, be engaging, and informative. So, animal placement. The requirements are that you must complete your online information video, your online orientation, your fear-free course. You must attend an on-site welcome tour. This is going to be open to volunteers 16 and older, as well as our junior volunteers with a legal guardian. And volunteers must be able to work independently. So the first position is an adoption assistant, and this is going to be at our country club location. And these volunteers will be working directly with public. You will be assisting with meet and greets. You will be answering questions that an adopter may have about the adoption process. You'll be providing information about our animals. You will be helping our guests find the animal that's going to best fit their needs. You'll be helping keeping our kennels clean, helping keep the guest areas clean. And then you'll be bringing our adopters to the front desk to sign in for their counseling session with an adoption counselor. So we also have our foster assistant at our university location, and this is going to be a public-facing position. So our foster assistant will be working directly with our fosters and our foster team. You will be helping prepare foster care packages, and this can be litter, toys, wire crates, any supplies that our fosters may need. You'll be setting up kennels for incoming fosters. You'll be cleaning vacated kennels of the animals that have left for foster. You'll be receiving incoming fosters, assisting with foster fail adoptions, which if you are not familiar with a foster fail, this is a club, I guess you could say, that I am a proud member of. This means that the foster signed up to foster an animal but failed to return that animal because they fell in love and decided to adopt that animal. It's just a wonderful club to be a part of. Foster assistants must be comfortable handling both cats and dogs. You will be organizing foster supplies, and you'll be placing donations in their appropriate locations and also monitoring our kennel card supply. We will also have the opportunity for volunteers to assist with our lobby liaison position, and this will be at our country club location. These volunteers will be greeting guests as they enter the lobby. They'll be inquiring about their reason for their visit and escorting our guests to the correct areas. You'll be discussing the adoption process, and this position is not necessarily hands-on with the animals. And our lobby liaisons will also place our donations in the appropriate locations and also maintain the cleanliness of our guest areas. And W, wellness. Our volunteers are required to complete the online information video, the online orientation, your fear-free course. This position or this department is open to volunteers 16 and older, as well as our junior volunteers with a legal guardian. Our wellness volunteers will be titled enrichment assistants. Our enrichment assistants can volunteer at both country club and university. This is going to be mostly a non-public facing position. Volunteers will be providing daily enrichment, which we will have a weekly schedule, and we are always open to creative ideas. Volunteers will be stocking enrichment stations. You'll be cleaning up after enrichment activities. You will also be encouraging exercise, helping with socialization, and providing mental stimulation. Volunteers also have the opportunity to sign up in the morning to assist our animal care technicians with our morning cleaning. And service. So this is open to two separate types of volunteers. We will have our single visit volunteers and our recurring service volunteers. So single visit is open to group volunteers or anybody that just wants to come in one time and help with a certain project. The requirements for a single visit is that they must sign a liability waiver for their one-time volunteering experience. Requirements for recurring service volunteers is to complete the online information video, complete the orientation, attend the on-site welcome tour. This is going to be open to volunteers 16 and older, and again, open to our junior volunteers with a legal guardian. So volunteers in this department will be assisting with our pet food pantry, building maintenance, landscaping, laundry, dishes, enrichment preparation, and volunteers who are serving hours for community service may also volunteer in our service department. All right, so we are going to pause here for you to take a break, and we'll jump back in with our junior volunteers.